Oh, okay. Look at this. Yes. Oh, man. Oh, it worked. He stands up, and it's like, oh, he's thick. With his Ninja Turtle jammies on. Oh, Esfand, do the peck band. Oh, Esfand, do the flip. Very good. Very good. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We're going to bounce out. Very good. Very good. We're going to try and find a party. It's going to be good. Very good. Very good. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We're going to bounce out. Very good. Very good. We're going to try and find a party. Oh, frick. Very good. Very good. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We're going to bounce out. Very good. Very good. We're going to try and find a party. It's going to be good. Very good. Very good. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We're going to bounce out. Very good. Very good. We're going to try and find a party. It's going to be good. The vanilla brain, the paladin, the art, it's like playing chess. I'm known for playing a rep paladin in Classic. You gotta drink the bull to become the bull. The worst feeling in the world is whenever you're not invited to parties. So we're at least gonna try our best. We're gonna go get the battery, and we're gonna try and find a party that lets us stream. Very good. Very good. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We're gonna bounce out. Very good. Very good. And we're gonna try and find a party. It's gonna be good. Very good. Very good. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We're gonna bounce out. Very good. Very good. And we're gonna try and find a party. Oh, frick. Very good. Very good. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We're gonna bounce out. Very good. Very good. We're gonna try and find a party. It's gonna be good. Very good. Very good. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We're gonna bounce out. Very good. Very good. We're gonna try and find a party. It's gonna be good. Very good. Very good. We're gonna bounce out. Very good. Very good. Find a party. It's gonna be good. Very good. Very good. We're gonna bounce out. Very good. Very good. We're gonna try and find a party. It's gonna be good. Hey, you guys are the best part of my day. Yeah, it's like one of those things where like you think that, but like we said, dude, you don't know what you got till it's gone. And
Very good.
I love streaming so much. I love being here. I just love everything about this. I just love everything about this. Very good. Very good. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We're gonna bounce out. Very good. Very good. We're gonna try and find a party. It's gonna be good. Very good. Very good. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We're gonna bounce out. Very good. Very good. We're gonna try and find a party. Oh, frick. Very good. Very good. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We're gonna bounce out. Very good. Very good. We're gonna try and find a party. It's gonna be good. Very good. Very good. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We're gonna bounce out. Very good. Very good. We're gonna try and find a party. It's gonna be good. Very good. Very good. We're gonna bounce out. Very good. Very good. Find a party. It's gonna be good. Very good. Very good. We're gonna bounce out. Very good. Very good. We're gonna try and find a party. It's gonna be good.
L song? How dare you? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. What a day, 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 what a day. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Labor Day. Chat, you know why they call it Labor Day? It's the guy from the intro. It's me. Did you see this?
Did you see this yet? Link?
Long Beach now making
I did.
westbound turn here, finding another gas station.
This is
Might be the
old,
same
right?
one. He must be
This is an
going,
old
yes.
one.
Driver stepping out of the vehicle.
Crazy.
And
Crazy.
he's going to drop it right here. Banding. Oh, he's going to get gas.
Crazy.
With lights and sirens blaring, and come out the other side of this overpass or hiding underneath the. He is now underneath.
Oh.
He's out.
He bailed.
He's out. He pulled it. He bailed under the freeway, and the vehicle is rolling. Law enforcement pulling up here, spotting the lonely vehicle, the empty vehicle, and that suspect is on foot right behind them. You have to presume that he is now hiding underneath the 10 freeway.
And
that vehicle just rolled into a light pole, and the pursuit is over, and now it becomes a manhunt for that suspect, that driver who pulled
Head
maybe
pop, he had
the
a head pop.
smartest move of his night underneath the 10 freeway. Just
Wait, is this
dumping
the guy that got away? Do you remember this? Oh, yeah. Dude, this was crazy. Yeah, dude, this tailgate was so good, man. This tailgate is so good. Oh, I just realized my freaking camera was off. Hello. Dude, that tailgate was so good. We're gonna bring the tailgates back soon. Tailgates back soon, TM. Tailgates back soon, TM. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Robert Yates, thank you for the 9 months. Let's see, ground control to Major Tom. Are we live everywhere? Are we live? Are we live? Okay, let's see.
The viewer clicked
YouTube,
resubscribe,
Twitter, Kick, Twitch,
expecting
everything.
confetti and applause. Instead, they got Esfand, which is basically the same thing, just hairier.
Yo. Yeah, it was good times, dude. This was sick, actually. This was so sick. Yo. Yeah, it was good times, dude. This was sick, actually. This was so sick. Yo.
Well, I can hear myself.
Yeah, it was good times, dude. This was sick, actually. This was so sick.
I can hear myself. Well, I can hear.
Wait, I don't like how I sound. You see this? Let me see. Close. Hold on 1 second. Dude, I have so many windows open. Leave, yes. Use voice changer.
The Persians are great negotiators.
Oh, that's wrong. Hold on.
We have people that are babies.
No. No. Where did I put this? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, okay. I sound way better like this.
Okay. Let's see. I think you dropped your fart. No, I slammed it actually. Family-run petrol station. True. In UK, where I am, you pay after fueling up. Oh yeah, dude. Well, it used to be like that, dude. My dad works at a gas station, and when I was a kid, dude, people would fill up and then they'd go pay with cash. People would fill up and then they'd go pay with cash like it was nothing. You know? So guys, we got a lot of news today. Hello, everybody. We got a lot to talk about today. Actually, one of which is this lawsuit. That's the big thing for today. Is this lawsuit from Blizzard? Blizzard is suing Turtle Wow private server, and
Why? Who keeps
yeah.
robbing us of $5 every month?
True.
Where's the Red Bulls? Also still waiting for the finished pancake stream.
True. Where is what is Bonjour? By the way, does anybody know what Bonjour is? Like a program on the computer.
Cowboys fan losing his fucking mind. LOL link.
Let's see. Windows Hello. What is its iPhone interface like? I keep getting a Bonjour error on my PC. Oh God, hold on. I haven't closed Google Chrome in like a month, and it's like freaking out my computer. It's just leaking all over the place. The French are invading. Yo, East. Jagex launcher close. Mouse properties. What is going on with this computer, man? I freaking I'm probably due for a restart, aren't I? Have you done your pound police patrol in a while? I have not, dude. Dude. Those were the days. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with that. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna preface a couple things, right? Let's go ahead and talk about some things I've been thinking about, all that. First off, Metal Gear Solid Delta, amazing, great rework. Some people were really upset about it. Some people who loved the original. Some of it was justified. Some of it was unjustified. Like people upset that I think some people were upset about the boobs, the jiggle physics on an X-ray scene or something like that for Eva not being quite the same. And then, some people were upset about like the legacy controls not working. So obviously like people were justified in being upset about the jiggle physics. The controls, who cares, right? But I mean, yeah, let's keep it real. That's the thing that really matters. So, no, but I think Delta was super good, man. That's the only real like legitimate complaint that I heard was there were some people that said like if you played on legacy controls, like the original controls, it wasn't actually the exact same because of how they changed some things like mechanically. That's the only thing that I saw that I thought was legitimate. But yeah, man, it was so good, man. Metal Gear, I love Metal Gear. I actually think I might spin up Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, I did restream to you. You know what? Actually, the last part of it still has not been restreamed to YouTube, so I need to go do that. Melkin, thank you for gifting a sub to Red Bull. Thank you. Yeah, I'll crack one open for them. Yeah, crack open a Red Bull chat. Then we had Janiski with $23. Hooberry. Hooberry, do you have that not on Facebook? I just don't, I hate clicking Facebook links. Yeah. And thank you for the 32 months, Hooberry. Minimass, thank you for the 6 months. Initializing YouTube connection. True. What's up, Croden? What's up, everybody? Red Bull not even sub, dude. Man, imagine having an official sponsor of Red Bull. Okay, listen. People keep thinking I'm jealous of Emeru. I have literally nothing to be jealous of Emeru about. At all. And I'm not jealous. At all. You're prettier than her. True. Wake wasn't subbed either. Shameless. Dude, I'm subbed to so many. Do you know how many people I'm subbed to? You don't know how many, look. Check this out. Click. Guess how many subs I have. Your subscriptions loading. $99. I'm subbed to 99 people.
Penis.
That's awesome. Bracken, thank you for the 81 months. Yeah, well, okay, so why am I subbed to all these people? Because I'm an idiot. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, look, I want to support my friends, and I have a lot of friends. Yeah, I have a lot of friends that I've made over the years, and I want to support them. I want to be supportive of them and what they're about. Some people I don't really get a chance to watch everybody, unfortunately, but even if I can't watch, I try and stay sub to people because they're I want to support them. Some people need it more than others, like me, but but I don't know. That's just it is what it is, right? I have thought about I just feel like AOE unsubbing. Maybe one day I'll AOE unsub, but yeah, I'm just sub to a lot of people. I found it. Nice. Let's see this.
Jerry don't want to win. He don't want to.
Jerry don't want to win. He don't want to fucking win, bro.
Smooth. Smooth. Come on, we gotta go.
They traded Michael Parsons to the fucking Green Bay Packers, bro.
Yes.
The team we can't even beat. Turn that camera off of me right now. You already did this shit without talking.
I just want them to see how you acting today.
Jerry don't want to win. He don't want to fucking win, bro. Ain't no way.
So to preface this, those of you guys who don't know,
it was a couple of fucking $1 million, bro.
Okay, so those of you guys who don't know about American football, Micah Parsons is probably the best player on the Dallas Cowboys. Not only is he the best player on the Cowboys, he was. He's one of the best defensive players in the NFL. And also on top of that, they didn't want to pay him like top flight money for a pass rusher or something. I don't really know exactly what happened. Why is my mic loose? So they ended up, they didn't want to pay him. And then whenever they didn't want to pay him, he said, what the hell's wrong with you guys? This is taking way too long. It's been over a year. I want to trade. So he demanded a trade and then eventually got traded to the Green Bay Packers, who the history with the Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers is the last like 2 times the Cowboys had a legitimate shot of making a run. Did they have a legit shot whenever they lost to the Niners? At least 2 out of the last 3 times they had a legit shot. The Packers beat them in the playoffs. Yeah. So anyway,
Ain't no way. He a billionaire. It was a couple of fucking $1 million, bro. We could. Look at that. The damn tree just fell. Look, I'm not bullshit. This just what happened when you trade away your number 1 player, Jerry. Right when I was recording, the damn tree just fell out the sky. I could have been up under it. This is how I almost got hit by that damn tree.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right, but hell no. He go to the Green Bay Packers. Michael, I told you to get your money, but I mean, that didn't mean go nowhere, nigga.
Well, he said he's staying in Dallas in the offseason. It's still going to be his home.
Man, look, man. It's like every time we almost get ready. I'm trying not to cuss because you got the camera on me. Cowboys Nation, y'all got to stand up with me right now. This don't make no sense. It's like he's sabotaging us. I swear Jerry Jones sabotaging us, bro. This is fucked up, man. I don't know what to do right now. I said at first, if he traded him, I'm gone. I said if he traded him, I'm through. But I can't do the team like that. I'm a Cowboys fan to the day I die. But damn, we cook, bro. We cook. And then you gonna get what the dude you traded for? Who you trade for? Who is that guy? You could have just paid him. If he gonna give him a couple of million, why you just give it to Michael? I don't get this shit. This thing, we know what it is. You can't tell him what to do because he owns everything.
Arkansas mentality.
Arkansas
people overuse
mentality,
the word crash out all the time.
Michael
This is a real
Parsons
crash
is
out.
no longer a Cowboy, people. He's no longer, he's what a fucking Green Bay Packer, a cheesehead. he gonna get that hell, I'm telling you, bro. People want to hit him anyway. I can't believe this. I'm at a crossroads right now, for real. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch the fucking game now. I'm crushed. Y'all can laugh at me all y'all want to. I'm crushed. I'm serious. This makes no sense, bro. How you that stubborn? He don't care about football. Jerry don't care about football. He care about his feelings of being a superstar. I hope you love your Netflix special, bro. Sell the team. Sell the team, man. This don't make no fucking sense. I'm damn tempted to go to this trash can right there, throw this shit away. As long as he own it, man.
Whose jersey is this?
And you know what that means, you from the Delta. I can't believe this shit. Everybody laughing at us now. We the dumbest team. The dumbest fucking team in the league. The Dallas Cowboys. And here I am studying roof for y'all.
What is it? Is it from the Delta? What's the Delta?
This what we get. This what we get right here. Good luck, Michael Parsons, in your career, man. I can't hate on that man, bro. I'm still a fan. Damn.
Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington? Oh, Mississippi Delta.
I want to. I'm crushed. I'm serious.
Because there's a lot of different things that I do on this channel, right? We do sports, we do games, we do this, we do that, right? 100 different things, IRL, whatever it is. So we do all kinds of different stuff, and I think the one thing is there needs to be some like kind of an intersect of no, we're not bringing back 20-minute intros, but what I do want to do is have some kind of intersect of all these different types of things that I do, and then having like a segment at the beginning of my stream where we do just chatting, right? Very similar to how we did for years. I mean, I did this for years, where we would have just chatting at the beginning, and then I would react to Reddit, LSF, this, that, whatever. All that stuff kind of like died, honestly, and I kind of stopped doing it. So, what I'm thinking is what I want to start doing going forward is having some kind of a segment at the beginning of the stream, and I've kind of touched on it before in the past where I talked about it. I called it the daily dump. That was the first thing I called it. I don't know if I'll actually call it that or whatever, but essentially what I want to do is have this thing where I go through a bunch of different trending topics, whether it's video game related, whatever. Maybe I'll have certain days where I'm covering certain things. Like Mondays will probably be very sports, football heavy, right? Because we'll probably go over college football games. We'll go over the games from the day before Sunday, right? Looking at a lot of that kind of stuff, right? So Mondays will probably be kind of football heavy. That makes sense, right? And then I would then couple that with like Madden Mondays or something, and I would play either college football or Madden or something. And then once, maybe twice a week, we'll do football. We could also have football Thursdays, maybe. I don't know. Football Thursday was the thing that we did in the past whenever I had the Thursday night football deal, but maybe we change it to Mondays, right? Yeah, just a daily dump of the internet. Yeah, some vibe coding. Yeah, I don't really understand what vibe coding is exactly, but I think the idea of it is just sounds funny. So yeah, and then that way we can kind of like segment out the different types of things that we're doing throughout the course of the week. IRL Saturdays, Madden on Mondays, this kind of stuff, right? And then I can mix in like maybe a game playthrough during the week or something like that. But really, something else I've been thinking about a lot too is I have been thinking about World of Warcraft, right? And not just like normal WoW. I've been thinking about Classic WoW, and more specifically like Classic Plus, right? So the idea of what Classic WoW, World of Warcraft Classic Plus, what is the idea? This is this like kind of idea that kind of came about. I don't know who came up with the term first. It doesn't really matter, right? I just know that, this is something we just kind of randomly started calling it years ago, and it's like, what if we took Classic WoW and then added on to it, right? What if you took Classic WoW and it's like vanilla never really ended, right? And this idea kind of came about, and the interest in it peaked a little bit a few years ago. I should say peaked. Maybe it's peaking now. But the interest in it kind of came up a few years ago after Vanilla WoW had ended, right? So Vanilla WoW ended. Classic WoW, I'm talking about Classic WoW 2019. Then they went on to Burning Crusade. And there was a lot of talk about like, well, what if they went with a different route? What if they went with a different route? What if they went with vanilla, but then they, instead of going Burning Crusade, they just added some Burning Crusade things to it? What if they added new raids? What if they did that? What if they did this? So this kind of eventually snowballed into what we saw as a Season of Discovery, which came out a couple of years ago, and it was announced at BlizzCon, came out after BlizzCon. Season of Discovery was like I think Season of Discovery was literally Blizzard trying to discover what works in Classic WoW. And I think they learned a lot of things, and I think some of those things that they learned about worked. since then, since Season of Discovery, there's been like private servers coming out that have been making their own sort of custom content, right? Notably, there's Turtle WoW, right? Notably, it's Turtle WoW is the most recent one, which just got nuked with this massive lawsuit. Okay, massive lawsuit, and this isn't like a normal like cease and desist type of shutdown that had happened in the past with Nostalrius, that had happened in the past with some of these other sort of private servers, right? Like Gummies, Burning Crusade, whatever, right? These cease and desist type things that have come about. And those of you guys who don't know me and my history, right? Those of you guys who don't know about me and my history, that's where I come from, right? I come from the private server scene, right? I didn't. A lot of people keep saying Esfand on Nost. I actually didn't play Nost. I started playing after Nostalrius. Yeah. They should hire these people. I think it's a little bit more complicated than that because I don't know about all that. Maybe what I do think they should do is I think they should consult with them, right? And Blizzard did consult with them in the past. They consulted with the Nostalrius team. There was a big Nostalrius postmortem, whatever. But I've been thinking a lot about this and kind of how I became known. I guess I was known in a very, very small pond of like the Elysium, Lights Hope, private server community. Prior to that, but I ended up getting banned, right? So I got banned because I was doing private server content. I got DMCA'd. I was getting like 600 viewers-ish a stream. Actually, I think I hit like 650 on that last stream, and I think I had peaked. I think that was my highest viewed stream ever at the time, and I streamed on YouTube. So I'd been streaming for like 7 months at the time. But before that, it was like I was getting like roughly like 500 viewers, right? For a little bit before I got banned. I don't remember the exact numbers. But yeah, no, I mean, I was sick. Yeah, I mean, I was like, I was the biggest WoW streamer on YouTube because everybody streamed on Twitch. So, yeah, I did this. I ended up getting banned. Ended up switching to. I was on the Blizzard shit list. Very notably, I was on the Blizzard shit list. I then switched away from private server stuff. Not necessarily playing it because I still played, but I didn't make the private server content anymore. And what I did was I made classic WoW content off of private servers. I talked about it and I did all that. We started the podcast and yeah, so it was all kinds of stuff, right? So that's kind of where I come from. History seems to kind of be repeating itself to some degree, but this Turtle WoW lawsuit is a lot more heavy-handed than I believe what happened with Nostalrius, with what happened in the past. Because before what it was a cease and desist. Now what's happened is that it's an actual full-blown like, hey, we're bringing the hammer down. Yeah, we're bringing the hammer down. So, and there's a lot of key differences between what Nostalrius was and what Nostalrius eventually turned into light, or it didn't really turn into. Nostalrius was like, hey, we're gonna how do I frame this? Like the timeline. So it was like Nostalrius, and then eventually went to Elysium, which then turned into Lights Hope. And then you have Turtle WoW, which was made by the same people that made Elysium originally, I think, or some of the same people. I don't really know all the details, but as far as that goes. But what I do know is this, is they came in and they wanted to shut down Nostalrius. Nostalrius conceded and was like, okay, cool. And then they kind of worked with Blizzard to have a meeting. They did like this big post-mortem thing. And it was good, right? This was a good thing for the WoW community, for the classic WoW community, for the people that wanted vanilla WoW, right? What's happening now is a little bit different. Nostalrius was kind of seen as like a sort of passion project, I would say. Whereas Turtle WoW is, hey, we are now changing the game. They've been like trying to code custom stuff. They've been adding stuff in, and they've been like making like ads and stuff for it, right? Like it's being advertised, and they have like a cash shop and whatnot. So now there's like a very public financial transaction that's occurring as well, which I think is what's making this so different, because Blizzard's coming in and Blizzard has to protect their IP, right? So I learned about all this stuff, and I don't even know if I learned it well, but I started learning about it in 2018, 2017, then to 2017 whenever I got knocked, about like how does this stuff kind of work. And I ended up getting knocked for the DMCA stuff, and really the core principle of the whole thing was what? Blizzard has to protect their IP, because if they don't go and if something is if they are made aware of something and they don't go out and protect their IP, then legally they can. Legally, there's grounds for them to be able to have a case against losing that IP, right? IP being intellectual property. So, yeah. Maybe Blizzard sent them a cease and desist already and they ignored it. It's a possibility. Yeah, I don't know, actually. I don't know. I mean, that's true. Maybe they didn't say it because nobody would know unless they came out and said it. So maybe they did get one and then they ignored it, or I don't know. But yeah, Nos was very much, if you're not going to do it, we're going to do it ourselves. Yeah, pretty much. And now I think at its core, that's kind of what Turtle WoW is too. I don't really know. But what has now happened is Blizzard is coming out with the big guns and they're like, hey, we're bringing in the heavies, and they're going after them legally. So kind of crazy, right? Have you seen any actual info on the case or just word of mouth? Well, so here's the thing. I keep saying here's the thing. I have not, but I do have the document here, actually, and I wanted to go over it today on stream. Yeah, Blizzard Entertainment versus Turtle WoW. Yeah. The thing is here. Okay. So the real purpose of me wanting to do this is to prove to you guys that I can read, which is like kind of cool. But I have this post. Yeah, I can read. I know a lot of people don't really like actually know that I can read because I don't do it that much. But I learned how to read in school, and since then I kind of stopped reading. Yeah, I kind of stopped reading for a while, and now I've kind of started doing it again. So I thought it'd be fun to share that I could read with you guys. Time to dust off an old playlist. Sick. Technically, just writing a private server from scratch should be completely legal in the exact same vein. Console emulators are illegal. It's server emulation as long as it isn't stolen server code. As far as I know, this never happened, but them advertising it was crossing a big line. Also, distributing the WoW client is technically infringement, but still not the server itself. I don't know. I feel like if they're providing a service, that is either the same or derivative of something that is owned by somebody else, I think then at that point it becomes kind of grounds for like, hey, now you're infringing on copyright stuff. But there's this big ass document. We're talking 50 pages. Okay, this big ass document, kind of going over everything and really explaining what is going on here and why. What is going on here, and I mean, it's the lawsuit, right? Like why they think that it's grounds for them to not only take it down, but also they're full sending it on them. Now, I'm not gonna go through and read all of this. You guys just have to take my word on it that I can read. But I think it's good to just kind of like skim through it and kind of like look at it, right? Because a lot of this is like legal kind of jargon. But more than anything, I think it's important to look at like the different paragraphs and the different notes of like what they see as grounds for pursuing legal action. First off, they talk about, this is the So first off, this is like the intro, right? We're like, okay, this is this, and this is how we're going to describe everything. You know, Blizzard, WoW, MMO, whatever. And then they explain Blizzard has taken steps to protect its valuable intellectual property. So this is protecting their IP. This is what they do, yada, yada, yada. You know, and that's basically this. So what they're saying is the people that they're going after, they've built a business on large-scale, egregious, and ongoing infringement of Blizzard's intellectual property, as set forth in more detail herein. Defendants are the key members of a multinational business enterprise known as Turtle WoW. Through Turtle WoW, defendants have found a lucrative way to exploit and profit from the popularity of the WoW game experience. Specifically, Turtle WoW purports to offer to the public paid access to a group of unauthorized, emulated private WoW game servers, as well as all the software and other tools necessary to access and use these emulated servers, including pirated copies of WoW that have been specifically modified to work with its unauthorized servers. Okay. So what this is saying is simply, hey, they've made these emulated private servers. They're getting money from it. They've modified the work and they're trying to resell it. Mimicking and modifying the normal mechanics by how they get to the Blizzard's WoW servers. I mean, this is all basically like they're laying everything out in these court documents of like exactly what it is that they're getting sued for. And they're also explaining why it harms the player. Let me see. Turtle WoW's unauthorized servers. Unauthorized servers. I like, that's a new one. We had undocumented, we had private, we had now unauthorized. We got a new one. Unauthorized servers. Yeah. Harm the player experience several ways. By way of example, these unauthorized private servers drive away otherwise dedicated WoW players, introduce security risks to players, fragment the WoW player community, and create confusion as to what are official supported versions of WoW. Yeah, I mean, actually, these are true, right? Technically, it could be a security risk because it's like, okay, well, this is, yeah, I mean, these are true statements technically. When a player moves on to an unauthorized illegal server, such as a Turtle WoW private server, and has a negative experience, including security breaches or inferior player experience, that confusion damages Blizzard's official WoW brand, results in significant loss of revenue for Blizzard. Private servers such as Turtle WoW also encourage and facilitate video game piracy by allowing players to avoid paying for the game experience, and Blizzard has invested so much time. I would like to think that I mean, this is all like legal shit, right? Where it's like they're gonna a lot of times when it comes to like this legal stuff, they like bring the house, okay? They just send everything. Like, I would like to think that somebody is not stupid enough for this to be the case, right? I'm probably wrong. But I would like to think somebody's not stupid enough for sorry, I highlighted the wrong thing. Yeah, see, maybe somebody is stupid enough. Damaging official WoW brand because it happens on a private server. Yeah. But yeah, they're basically trying to go through and when it comes to like a legal sense, they're trying to set up all the damages, right? Turtle WoW is among the largest and most sophisticated private WoW servers available today. Turtle WoW purports to offer not only Blizzard's original WoW game, which it refers to as vanilla, but also a fan-made expansion story that delves deeper into exploring the original lore of the game and seeks to enhance the game by adding content. Yeah, which this is all we all know about, right? So it's like it's being advertised, it's being sold as something else entirely. So yeah, you can't just sue somebody with hey, whatever. Well, you can, right? That's literally. I'm dumb. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I thought you meant like, never mind. Yeah, I misread what you said. Yeah, like it has to be like very like, okay, like line by line, exactly like as clear as day sort of statement. You're right. Yeah. This is how like you and I might talk, you know, like this is how we might talk as like amongst friends, amongst like normal people, this is how you would talk, but this isn't how you're going to communicate whenever it comes to like a legal setting. So they go through. They go through and let's see. Recently, they've been brazenly escalating its efforts to cannibalize and disrupt Blizzard's WoW player community. For example, increasing its social media presence, partnering with video game influencers. Wait, were they sponsoring people? were they sponsoring people? Yes. Dude, what the okay, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. So these guys are making bank. These guys are getting paid, is what's happening. So Turtle Wow is just raking it in, isn't it? I mean, a YouTube ad is one thing, but like sponsoring a streamer or like a YouTuber for it. If you want to avoid doing things to insinuate you're making a lot of money, don't hire influencers. Yeah, that's crazy. They had ads playing on Twitch too. That is crazy. I had heard they had ads. I mean, I'd seen it on Twitter, some things. But like, that's crazy. Finding offensive racket. Ooh. Ryko. Okay, racketeering, influencing, corrupt organization. Oh, shit. They're bringing the heat. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. So they're pursuing Ryko charges, which is like, yeah. That's wild. They're going damn. Yeah. Ryko. I've always called it Ryko, but chat, you guys are all pronouncing it wrong. I've always called it Ryko, but Rico, look, guys, Rico is my uncle, okay? Because here's the thing. If it was Rico, then it would be racketeering. It's racketeering influenced corrupt organizations. That's why it's Ryko. Yeah. So anyway. Rico Suave. Dave the Warcraft 3 also has and says, you know. Dave the Warcraft 3. Esfand, I'm just doing this to prove I can read but can't read. Damn. Okay, so they're full sending it on these guys. Okay, jurisdiction and venue. I think this is blah blah blah. The parties. So is this is going after Turtle Wow, but like, is it going after? Blizzard is informed believes that on basis and on that basis alleges that defendant AFK Craft Limited is a company that registered in Hong Kong that proposes owns and operates the Turtle Wow servers, especially those servers located in Southeast Asia. Blizzard to be the AFK Craft like Turtle Wow is an underfunded fictional shell company that operates as a mere alter ego of individual defendants and serves to hide the identities of the individual defendants while also like, what the frick? Individual residing in Moscow. Let's see. Primary operator. Okay. Okay. So this is going through all the. Oh my gosh! No way. Augusta, Michigan, Bulgaria, the Netherlands, Romania. Well, I know some of these people from years ago. They're very nice. They're very nice. Some of these people are very nice people. Some of these people are very nice. Yeah, they're very nice people. Dude. It's like, I'm like, oh shit. Just kidding. I'm not on this. Yeah, those guys, a lot of those guys are on Elysium, yeah. Now, well, here's the thing, Shagu. So Shagu is on here. Shagu is an add-on dev. Yeah, Shagu is an add-on dev. Let's see. True names and capacities, whether individual, corporate, associate, and otherwise, defendants in here, and this is 1 through 10. And Blizzard sues said defendants, no defendants. Okay. So this is going through and saying all that. So, yeah, Shagu does PFUI, PF Quest. Yeah. I wonder how this works. Yeah, because maybe when the Shagu gets waived. I wonder. Okay, this is actually super confusing. I wonder if Shagu can like. I don't know. Either way, I'm like, let's just continue, right? Because that's like a whole like sort of, I don't even know. Two interrelated components are required to play WoW. First, user must download. Okay, this goes through and explains. So a lot of this document is explaining what World of Warcraft is to people that imagine and this is with a lot of like legal stuff. You have to try and explain your case to somebody in a way that it's like, hey, this person knows nothing but the English language. Explain exactly what it is. Yeah. So yeah. If they say you have to download it, but what if you got the CDs? I mean, I don't think that. I don't think it matters, right? Even like looking through this, like we didn't go through the whole thing, right? Skipping over a lot of this stuff. Blizzard is informed and believes on that basis alleges and defends that all are participants in a common Turtle WoW enterprise. Okay. Turtle WoW players offer the ability to play the entirety of the original version of the WoW video game that was offered by Blizzard in or about 2004, which Turtle WoW refers to as Vanilla WoW. Moreover, Turtle WoW offers a reported fandom expansion story for World of Warcraft Vanilla titled Mysteries of Azeroth. Ooh. Okay. It's like an ad. It's like advertising it now. Let's see. Yeah, so then you go sign up, blah, 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 blah. Oh, so here are the screenshots, right? So they made their own launcher. It takes you to this. This is so interesting to me. This is so interesting. Defendants also prominently displayed Blizzard's distinctive logo. Yeah. Including the trademark symbol. What is the R registered? R is registered trademark, right? Hold on, go back. Like, what?
Shanna getting whacked a second time. Do
Byron,
you get a
thank you for the
freebie
94
after
months,
3
dude.
cease and desists?
Dude, I mean, I think they want to, like, so Turtle WoW is trying to fight this, it seems. Wait, what did you want me to go back to? I only got to the launcher part. What do I do now that I have it? Oh my gosh, unbelievable. Yeah, let's see. Pattern of racketeering. The enterprise is engaged in the conduct of defendant affairs through a continuing pattern of racketeering activity. Racketeering activity was effectuated, carried out, and are made possible by defendants' regular and repeated use of the resources of the enterprise. Those resources include the creation of and access to unauthorized modified copies of WoW client software and servers, a trove of common marketing and promotional materials for Turtle. See, I don't, dude. They went to, like, why would they do this? I feel like this was not a good idea. Like, I'm gonna make a profound statement here and say I don't think this is a very good idea. Turtle WoW charge money. They had a cash shop available, right? Yeah. Based on what Shenna sent on Discord, they're trying to fight it. Not that they have any chance. I feel like, so, and that's what I've heard. That's what kind of seems to be the key difference, right? The key difference between this scenario and the Nostalrius scenario was Nostalrius was served a cease and desist, and Nostalrius was like, okay, we are going to do that. And because they knew they weren't going to be able to fight them. So what they did was Nostalrius shut down, and then they came up with that whole like Nostalrius postmortem sort of the document. They flew out to Blizzard, and they actually presented what they had, like all their findings to Blizzard. This was years ago. This is like, I think this happened in 2016. Yeah. Yeah. There's a statement from Shagu on his website, shagu.org. So June 29th, my active involvement in add-on development has come to an end. I no longer find the Turtle WoW community a nice place to be. And other vanilla and Burning Crusade servers now support the latest game clients that don't require my add-ons. The few remaining people who value my... This is over a month ago. This is in June. It is September 1st. It's June 29th, so about a month ago. Enjoyment of the game has decreased. As a result, I'll be reducing my activity. I'll be occasionally online to address bugs. Now, this is Shagu. Shagu made add-ons. So I remember Shagu back whenever I played on Elysium. There was like PF Quest, PF UI. Those are the two that came to mind. I think there's a few other add-ons that he made. And those add-ons would work on the 1.12 client, like 1.12.1. And then there was add-ons for the Burning Crusade client, which was 2.4.3. Those clients are not the officially supported current versions of WoW Classic, but a lot of add-ons were like, I don't know what word to use other than like upscaled, like converted from then. Yeah, they were like converted from that code, from that like base to be able to run on the Classic 2019 version. So Shagu made add-ons. So maybe Shagu got thrown into this, and I've never worked for Turtle WoW and was never a part of their team. I independently developed open source add-ons for several older original versions of the game, vanilla and TVC. Since Turtle WoW uses the vanilla client, my add-ons were functional for that as well. I simply made adjustments to my add-ons at goodwill for the players, free of charge, to make them more compatible with their customized version. I'm not part of Turtle WoW's administration, never have been. Yeah, so maybe I don't know what the process of this is, but maybe there's something that could be done there. So yeah. They can subpoena Reddit, Discord, and payment processors and get literally everything from Turtle and restrict them financially. The servers in Russia won't shut down, but they'll be effed on growth. Yeah, subpoenas are a crazy thing, dude. Yeah, so question, how does this compare to running a GTRP server? Ooh, that's a can of worms that I would love to talk about. I would love to talk about that. That's a big can of worms. Yeah, that is a big can of worms. Let me get through the rest of this document, and I'll get to that actually. So basically, Blizzard goes through, explains all the reasons for why they should, why they're bringing the house on these guys, and they're saying they've infringed on Cataclysm, Wrath, Burning Crusade, and all this stuff, right? So, date of registration, November 29th, 2004. Wait, what? Hold on. The trademark was registered for World of Warcraft on November 29th? That's not right. Oh, its last updated original filing is older. Oh, okay. Because the game released on the 23rd. Yeah, initial release date November 23rd. That's why I was like, what the hell? Okay. Yeah. See the date on the server client? Yeah, 29th July 2004. Yeah. Burning Crusade, 23rd. Wait, why 23rd of March? Because it came out February. Yeah, so like this. Burning Crusade came out like January 17th. Wrath came out like November 10th or something. I don't remember Cataclysm. Yeah. But it's like maybe the patent was like pending or something. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, did not know that. Yeah, trademarks. Oh, so it was first, World of Warcraft was first filed in 2001. Interesting. That's so funny. So, like, I mean, I don't know. Dude, am I getting old? Oh my gosh, I'm getting old. Why is this interesting to me? Dates are interesting. The game came out 7 months before I was born. Dude, same, actually. That's crazy. Kick one offline. Oh, really? Let me try it again. It's weird. When was EsfandTV tournament that IP available? No, it's done deal. You've been old 50 years ago, Esfand. No, I'm not 50 years old ago. What? Words. Anyway, okay. So let's talk about. You were talking about how is this different than a GTRP server, Croden. So I think that's a big can of worms. And what it comes down to is UGC. Okay. What it comes down to is UGC. Yeah, I'm opening the can of worms. So what is UGC? User-generated content. So user-generated content is the concept of providing a platform, providing tools for your community of people that play the game to actually go through and be able to make content for the game itself, right? So some examples of this would be something like Roblox, right? Like Grand Theft Auto Online. So it's actually funny that you said this, Croden, because I want to talk about this. Those of you guys who are, let me see. Let me load them up here. Mario Maker, yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, right? So if you guys are familiar with our good friend Chris Kaliki, okay? Good friend Chris Kaliki. This guy's one of the GOATs, dude, okay? Chris Kaliki, big time. He was a longtime dev at Blizzard, ended up starting Notorious Studios, and they made the game Legacy, Steel and Sorcery, which is a lot of fun. But he put out this tweet. That's crazy. I remember this tweet, and I didn't even like it. But so it's funny because Chris Kaliki actually talked about this. The best next step with WoW would be to give players the tools and methods to create their own content and servers. You could still require the sub for all players playing unofficial servers, but then you'd have endless content and save a ton on dev costs, and it'd be the first UGC MMO. I don't know if it would actually be the first UGC MMO, but like maybe by definition it would be the first one. But or not by definition, but like it'd be marketed as that, I guess, but not by definition. So yeah. Yeah. DPT Dave, thank you for the 70 months, dude. Did you need an active WoW sub to play on these private servers? No, you don't. But yeah, basically, like, Rockstar has the tools for people to be able to host their own servers, right? Like, that stuff's all out there. That's all, like, their copyright is protected. Whereas with Blizzard, this is not something that they provide. So, I mean, the concept of having, like, these UGC, like, what if Blizzard... Now, I don't know if this is really a good idea, but it's an interesting idea to think about. It might be a good idea, actually. It might be a good idea, but I think it's interesting nonetheless. So, yeah, Blizzard just doesn't care about the community. That's why they get salty about private servers. Well, I mean, I think it just comes down to money and protecting your IP. I think that's it. Period. Right? Yeah, I didn't know Rockstar provided tooling. Well, Rockstar. So Rockstar bought 5M. So 5M is the program, or I guess the platform that you use to be able to play GTA Online on the private servers, and Rockstar just bought it outright. Do you really need UGC for WoW? It would shift everyone's idea of what Azeroth and World of Warcraft is. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but it's super interesting that you said that because I saw this post from Chris Kaliki, and I think it's very interesting to think about. I don't know if it would work, but I think it's just interesting to think about the idea of, hey, people want to make their own private servers with their own custom content, their own sort of events and this and that. Well, what if, just like GTA Roleplay, just like GTA Online, Blizzard had the means of being able to provide people with the tools to do that on their own, and then Blizzard reaps the rewards. Like somebody asked earlier, do you need a sub to play on a private server? You don't, which is kind of a key issue. So what if you required a sub to be able to play, and then you gave other people the tools to be able to run their own servers? I think that's kind of where Chris, who's former WoW dev, who again he made Legacy. He started Notorious Studios. They made Legacy Steel and Sorcery, which is super fun. I've played this on stream. It's very fun. Yeah, very, very fun. I don't know if they haven't added Paladin yet though. So I'm like, come on guys, come on. We need some Paladin here. Okay. But yeah, it's very, very fun. So PvP game. I don't see Activision ever allowing that. I don't know. He's right. That'd be the best strategy. That's literally the Roblox model, and look at how they're doing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Roblox hits 47.3 million concurrent users, the highest ever recorded on a gaming platform, beating Steam's 41.2 million peak in March. Yeah, now, I mean, Roblox isn't doing great all the way around, right? But in terms of what matters here, we're talking about here, yeah, Roblox is doing great, right, in terms of this. Now, and yeah, no, I brought up Roblox as an example a little bit earlier. I don't know. Again, I don't want to, I have to spend more time thinking about it. It's just that Croden mentioned it. I'm like, man, that's a big can of worms. But imagine if you had your own sort of custom RP servers. Imagine you had your own sort of like custom tournament servers where you can come up with a rule set or something, and you'd have to have people code it and whatnot. There'd probably be a lot of red tape and little things you'd have to cross those things that I don't even have the means of thinking about it, not even right now, but there's things that I don't even know about that are probably going to be issues. But it could be cool. I think it could be really cool. Yeah. Goldshire Bathroom Realm. I mean, I think the idea of it is interesting. I don't know if it's good, but it's interesting. And yeah, I mean, I think people coming up with different servers. We went through this in 2016. I say we. I wasn't really involved yet. I didn't really start till 2017, right? But I mean, I don't consider myself having started until 2017. But I technically started playing private servers in 16, but it was after Nost. So the community went through this in 2016, the Vanilla WoW community. Is this going to happen every 10 years where somebody wants something, it grows, it turns into a thing, and then every 10 years it's like, okay, well now you got to go through the whole damn dog and pony show. Maybe, right? And now we're there with Classic Plus. Period, point blank, end of discussion. This whole thing snowballing into this 50-page court document, into Turtle WoW going through and sponsoring streamers and YouTubers to make content about it. At the end of the day, it comes down to one thing. People want to play Classic WoW. And they want it more, okay? They want Classic Plus. They want this. This is something that people have been asking for, right? They want, and you know what? Not only that, I've said this from back in the day. Blizzard did a lot of good with Classic 2019. Blizzard did a lot of good with Classic 2019. But there was a lot of things they missed the mark on. And some of it, it's going to sound like I'm beating a dead horse. But I think they missed the mark on progressive itemization. I think this is something that we pushed really hard for. We pushed for progressive itemization. They didn't do it. I think they missed the mark. We pushed really hard for a more fleshed out patch cycle, right? Originally, there's 11 patches. It starts with 1.1, goes all the way to 1.12. They announced 4. A lot of people, myself personally, talked to Blizzard about this, right? And we convinced them to increase. I said 8. I asked for at least 8. They ended up going with 7. Okay, they went with seven patches for Vanilla WoW. This is in Classic 2019. So that was good. That was something good that they did, right? They saw that this was like, okay, this is going to go poorly. Let's add some more patches and let's flesh this thing out a little bit better, right? Another thing that I think they did miss the mark on, and some people are going to hate that I say this, and I said this years ago. I made a YouTube video about it. I did a 2-hour stream talking about it. It was my most disliked YouTube video at the time. and it probably still is. And it was me saying Classic WoW does need changes, and you have to account for the times. I do think you need to account for the times. And that's something that we saw with Nostalrius. That's something that we saw with Elysium, with Light's Hope, right? We saw it with Northdale. We saw it with Turtle WoW. You see it with Epic. You see it with whatever the private server is, right? You account for the times. But the feeling of what Classic WoW is, no changes is something that people think about and they remember. But the truth is people don't really know about all the facts. They know what they feel. And then whenever you try super hard to have things be so specific and like factual no changes, and this is something I tried to talk to Blizzard about this years ago. I said, people say they want no changes, but they don't want factual no changes. They don't know. They want the feeling of no changes. They want to feel like they're playing the game they used to play. They don't want to. They don't care if like the armor values are exactly right. They don't care if all these little things under the table are exactly right. And I know this because on private server it wasn't done this way. On private servers it wasn't done this way. Like let's say on like Nostalrius, for example, they bumped up armor values for the bosses because they were like, this is the scaling's too high. Now that people know how to play a warrior, okay, now that people know warriors aren't tanks only, and they understand how the scaling of it works, especially after the rework that occurred in patch 1.6, they're a lot stronger now than they were. Well, especially Fury Warriors, right? And as far as PvE goes. I'm talking strictly from a PvE standpoint. I actually think Vanilla WoW's patch 1.12 PvP is very well balanced, way more so than people give it credit for. The game's not balanced around 1v1s. It never has been. But even in the 1v1 scenario, it's pretty decent, right? And the way that you fill in those breaks in the balance is with professions. Anyway, just to keep from talking about a whole separate thing, I think Blizzard missed the mark in 2019 with a few specific things. On the flip side, when Burning Crusade came out in 2021, was it? I think it was in 2021 when Burning Crusade came out. They missed the mark on Burning Crusade on launch a little bit. But a couple months in to Burning Crusade, they accounted for the times. And Burning Crusade Classic ended up being abso-freaking-lutely incredible. Unreal. When you got Glad... when I got Gladiator, safe Glad a week before the end of the season. I went to Korea after that and still got Gladiator. Yeah. No, so what did they change with TBC Classic? They did some balance stuff. Well, so I'm bonus biased because they did some specific stuff for Paladins, right? Dude, I'm telling you, I begged these guys. I was on both knees. I was going to town. Okay. Listen, I was happy. I got my seal of blood. I was good. But even like other things some of the things that I didn't agree with, and you guys are going to think I'm probably crazy for saying this, but some of the things that I didn't agree with at the time, like I didn't agree with the boost. Okay. I didn't I didn't agree with the level 60 boost. I was wrong, actually. I realized by the end of Burning Crusade how many people I was playing with that were like, yeah, I wouldn't have come back for Burning Crusade if it wasn't for the boost. Or like, I didn't play vanilla, but I wanted to play Burning Crusade, and the boost ended up bringing them into it. So, yeah, I mean, I was wrong 100% about that one. Another thing was PvP. Having the PvP, the factions be able to play against themselves in Battlegrounds was a big deal. That was something really good that they added. Another thing that they did that was really good was the meta of arenas in Burning Crusade changed from season to season because of just the way, just the gear that is made available to you, yes, but also they were very smart about making the changes they needed to modify the balance. Like season 2 of Burning Crusade Arenas was horrible. It was really, really bad. And a lot of it was because of the prevalence of double healer and how strong it was whenever you coupled it with like the engineering stuff. What they realized is the engineering stuff, like the boots, the belt, all that stuff, was a lot more impactful for a healer than it was for really any other class. So you would end up having Druid, Priest, Warlock, Druid, Priest, Hunter. And you would have these like double healer comps that were just basically like dampened comps. And they were really, really bad. So Blizzard comes in, they're like, F no changes. This is stupid. We're just going to get rid of this. Season 3 ended up being incredible, right? I was talking to Zico about this at the World First Race. I was talking to Zico about this, and he agreed 100%. Zico's like, dude, Season 3 was incredible, and Season 2 was ass. So I think there's a lot of people that feel that way. And Blizzard did such a good job of monitoring that meta and having a hands-on approach in Burning Crusade more so than they had in Vanilla. In Vanilla, they wanted to like set it and forget it as much as possible because so many people were so adamant about the no changes thing. But that's really not the proper way that I think they ever really... And this goes with all WoW, all versions of WoW, whether it's retail, whether it's classic, whether it's this expansion or that expansion. An MMO is something that is, it's like a baby. MMORPGs are like, are any of you guys parents? Type 1 in chat if you're a parent. Type 1 in chat if you're at a 2-year-old. So, I'm not. But I know a lot of people. I know a lot of... all the parents are saying it. I'm not even one of them, but all the parents are saying it. I know a lot of people that are parents. And everybody that is a parent that has ever had a 2-year-old baby knows that this thing is like a ball of chaos that is trying as hard as it possibly can to kill itself. Okay? This thing is trying to discover new ways to end its own life at any given time of day. It's insane. Okay? Like, so you have to monitor this baby 24/7, otherwise it's going to get itself in trouble. And MMORPG is the same way. You have to be very hands-on. You have to be very active with the approach. And that's really, this kind of ties it all back in. That's really why private servers got popular, is because they were so hands-on. Again, talking about Nostalrius, talking about the OGs, right? With Nostalrius, with Light's Hope, with Elysium, all these different servers. They were hands-on and they were agile whenever it came to, hey, we need to fix things. Hey, we need to make changes. Hey, this thing's being exploited. Let's make a change, right? Let's make a change. And that's what you need with Blizzard, right? And that's really the key there. And I think you didn't really have that as much with Classic because, one, I don't think Blizzard expected Classic to be as popular as it was. And two, I don't think Blizzard wanted to spend the resources towards Classic at that point because they just weren't made available. Because I do think this, right? I think that there's probably as many, if not more, people playing Classic WoW today than there are playing Retail WoW. I actually think this. And when I say Classic WoW, I'm talking all versions. And the reason why I say this is because the amount of different ways you have to play Classic WoW made available, right? I think if you add up everything, you probably have at least as many, if not more, people playing Classic. However, I think that Retail WoW is the cash cow. I think Retail WoW makes the money, right? I think Retail WoW is what brings home the bacon, right? Which makes sense, right? It's monetized a lot better. You got the new expansions. You got the when I say monetized better, I'm talking about the boost, the transfers, the faction swaps, all that stuff, right? So Quiet from Metal Gear Solid 5 is playing WoW right now, and Esfand isn't. What a world. Yeah. So yeah, Classic is just super segmented. So yeah. I 100% think that player housing alone will maybe double retail player count. I don't know. I think housing is gonna be sick. Yeah, I think housing is gonna be sick. I'm a big housing dude. Yeah, big fan of housing. I think housing is gonna be great. But I want to stick to just talking about this. Do I think Turtle WoW is gonna be able to fight this? I think probably not. I mean, you're talking about Microsoft, okay? Activision, Blizzard, Microsoft. I mean, they're bringing in the big guns, right? They're doing Uncle Rico charges. They got Uncle Rico lawyering up for this, right? This is big time. Yeah. So they're bringing in the heavies. I don't really think they'll be able to fight this. That's just my thought. I don't know. And I think that really, just like it happened in 2016, man, it's very clear that people want this. It's very clear that people want to play Classic WoW. It's very clear that people want to play Classic Plus. For me, it's something that's always going to be like very special to me and something very close to my heart, is that you have you have Classic WoW available for people to be able to be played the way they want it to be able to be played, because that's really what the game was at its core. You know, like over the years, it's been like meta to hell, and people are min-maxing this and min-maxing that, and there's a lot of like cultural, like community stuff. But really, like what the game was is it was a game that you could come in and you could play, and you had people who like to level, you had people that like to raid, you had people like to world PvP. Eventually, in Burning Crusade, you had people that wanted to arena, right? You had battlegrounds. So I think if Blizzard is doing this, if Blizzard is shutting down Turtle WoW, right, which legally to protect their IP and for all the reasons listed in this 50-page document, right? Like, look, we're adults here, right? We're all at least 25-ish, okay? Obviously, this is something that they're going to have to do, okay? This is like a legality check, right? This is a QTE for Blizzard, okay? They can't miss the QTE on this. But if you're going to do this, and there's so many tens and hundreds of thousands of people even that want to play this type of game, I really think Blizzard needs to provide it. And I really hope, I don't know if they're going to do it. I hope they are. I know they came out with that survey not too long ago talking about Classic Plus and like, what do you want to see out of Classic WoW? I know that there's been a lot of rumblings of like people have been talking about the idea of a Classic Plus, whatever it is. I mean, they even did Season of Discovery, right? So like they've done some research with it, right? They've done the things that they want to go out and do to be able to kind of survey the audience. But the provision of Classic WoW is something that I think is very important. And if you can take the provision of Classic WoW, and if you can really learn from what Jagex did with old school RuneScape. Now, I don't think the old school RuneScape method of Classic WoW, of Classic Plus, I don't think it's good. I think that works for RuneScape. RuneScape is the type of game that it's not like for a lot of people, RuneScape is like a 1,000-hour game, a 10,000-hour game, right? That just goes and goes and goes. WoW is not that type of game for a lot of people anymore, you know? Even with Classic. Like, you level much faster. It's a lot less grindy than something like a RuneScape is. And the scope of what the game entails is very different. They're two completely different types of MMOs. And I think that if you were to come out with like a survey system of like a voting for what features you want in this and a voting for what features you want in that, we've seen it for years, man. People don't really... Like people will ask for something and then it'll be provided, but then it's like, wait, we hate this now, right? Good example of this is like PvP scaling, right? The gear scaling in PvP that happened in retail years ago. And then the PvPers, like everybody wanted it because they were like, well, you know, we want gear scaling so it doesn't feel like if you don't have the gear, you can't compete. But then what ends up happening is they provide it and then they're like, well, now this kind of sucks because now I can't like build out my character and like get gear, and now it feels like gear is meaningless. And it's like, yeah, but that's what you guys asked for. And I think this is something that Blizzard has done for years. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but they listen to people, and people say they don't, but I think they do. And I think sometimes Blizzard listens to people too much, where I think what you need to do as Blizzard, I think you need to listen to what people want. And your job as a developer, your job as a dev, is to hear what they want and what they're asking for. You don't give them what they're asking for. You find out why they're asking for the thing that they are asking for, and then you trace it back to the problem, and then you come up with a solution for that problem that fits the scope of what your game should entail. That's what I think needs to happen. I think a developer needs to do that. And a lot of times you have communities that come out and they misconstrue what they want because they say, we want you to listen to the community. And it puts devs in a situation where they're like, okay, I want to listen. But then the results don't match up with what they asked for. And it's because they didn't go back to that. They need to retrace their steps and hit that point. And they've done that sometimes, actually. They've done that sometimes well. And other times they haven't done as well. So, yeah. So, but at the end of this whole thing, this is what my opinion is. I don't know whether or not, I don't know what's going to happen with this lawsuit. I think more than likely, I mean, Blizzard's got the big guns. They've got the heavies out there. Okay. They're going to full send it on these guys and try and shut it down. Sure. But that's one thing. Blizzard is going to do what they're going to do as a company. I get it. But the community, provide the community with a thing that people want so bad. People want Classic Plus. They really do. People really want Classic Plus. And Blizzard needs to do it in a way, and I don't know, maybe I've thought about it, man. I've thought about going back and making videos like the old days, man. Going back to 2017 Esfand, going back and making videos. I've thought about it. Yeah, going back to old private server Esfand style. Hey, I'm gonna make videos and talk about like what I think they should do with Classic Plus. What should they do with Classic Plus? What should they do with, okay, you should change these talents like this for this class. You should add this, you should do that. Because my general idea with Classic Plus is what if you took Vanilla WoW, but then Vanilla never ended? And you rescaled the game and kind of retooled the game to that level 60 sort of experience, but then you kind of add some things in from the other expansions, right? Maybe you add a few zones here and there, you add a few dungeons here and there, you add a few raids here and there. And maybe I'll go into this in another video. It really depends. It depends on what I really feel like passionate about. And I'm telling you, man, I first found you from the WoW content. Yeah, dude. I mean, I miss talking about what I want Blizzard to do with Classic and all that. So maybe we'll bring it back, man. Maybe we bring it back. Make Paladins, look, guys, give Paladins flying, okay, flight form. They shoot lasers from their nipples, okay. They crack open Ret Bulls, okay. They can become the Ret Bull. Ret Bull gives you wings, like back in the day. Yeah, no, that's great. Why nipples? So they can hold their two-handed and shoot at the same time. Come on, guys. No, but yeah, maybe I will do that. But the bottom line is this, and I know this, okay? If Blizzard wants to go and they want to take something like this away from that community of people that want that, I'm talking about a Classic Plus with Turtle WoW and whatever else. I know this firsthand. I have played with people that are on the Classic WoW dev team. I have played against people that are on the Classic WoW dev team for many years and years ago. You have people that are very, very, very passionate about Vanilla WoW, about World of Warcraft, about Classic, incredibly passionate. But they need support. They need support. They need help. I saw what happened with Sod. I mean, Sod was kind of cool, but when you were playing Sod, it kind of felt like I was playing on a private server. It felt like I was playing like a modded version of WoW with reused assets, with, hey, let's kind of retool some stuff and like throw this in here and throw that in there. It felt kind of scuffed. And I know help costs money, but put an artist on the team, right? Give these guys some support, okay? Look, it's just like a Retribution Paladin, all right? They just need a little bit of help, a little bit of support, okay? Give them the tools they need. Back these guys up, all right? Give them, hey, you know what? Hey, throw them an Onslaught Girdle. Let's give them a two-hander, okay? Give the Ret Paladin some gear, all right? And maybe they can do something with it, all right? Look, I'm telling it like it is, all right? Give the classic WoW team is like, I feel like they're the freaking Ret Paladins. Just give them some gear, all right? Look, they can do some damage, all right? They can melt faces in PvP like a Shadow Priest, okay? Look, dozens of DPS will come their way, all right? Dozens of damage. But that's what it is, man. Like, we played Scarlet Enclave. Scarlet Enclave, great idea. But they didn't have any help. They didn't have like new models. They didn't have anything new to add in. But they worked with what they had, and they did a pretty good job. I mean, I thought Scarlet Enclave was fun for what I played of it, you know. But just give them some support. How many devs are on the team? Like 10? I have no idea. But it's not very much. I'll tell you that much. It's not very much. So yeah, I mean, I think there can be some good done. There just needs to be more help. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll go back to making the old day videos, the old 2018, 2017, talking about all that. It might be a little bit separate from stream because it's like, what can I really stream that's WoW related? Or that's classic. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I have no idea. That's not his leg. This is my leg. Take off that jersey. It's giving me PTSD. Do you guys like my Micah Parsons jersey? I got it brand new for this season, guys. Where's the 8.1 jersey? It's downstairs, actually. Yeah, it's downstairs, Bonnie. Yo. Cole Beasley. Yeah. When does tailgate start? Soon TM. Hope you're excited for the class. Azra, I need some righteous policing. The hordes have been running rampant since your absence. I know it. You're right. It's been a dadgum travesty. Yeah. Cowboys and Blues, one thing, I'll drop the ball. We'll see, man. I really hope they do a Classic Plus. And yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think, man. I'm sure we're gonna make a YouTube video out of this. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna do a video outro for the editors, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm very, very passionate about Classic WoW, and it's where I come from. It's how I started making content in the first place, back in the old private server days and all that. And maybe I didn't go super in depth into it all today, but I try to keep it mostly to the discussion of Classic Plus and the shutting down of Total WoW with this lawsuit and all that, or like the attempt at it, or I don't know how it's gonna pan out. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Please subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. You guys can see me live on Twitch. I do everything. I do all kinds of stuff. So I do more things than anybody else on the website, and it's the worst thing in the world. Yeah, just it's not. Hey, look, hey, it is what it is. So cool. Great segment. Yeah, I mean, this is something I want to do. So good video. This is something I want to do is I want to start my stream out kind of how I used to in the past, and maybe it won't be with like a Reddit recap specifically, but I used to start with like a Reddit recap or some kind of just chatting segment, because like I said, I mean, like I close out the video like this, but I do all kinds of different things, right? Whether it's GTA, whether it's WoW, everything I do is very seasonal, right? GTA, WoW, sports, right? IRL. I do a lot of things very, very seasonally. And again, it's like a wider variety. Like, I'm a true down to a T variety streamer on Twitch, right? Or wherever you're watching, right? YouTube, whatever. So like, I think it's really important to have that consistent sort of maintain that sort of consistent cadence where I can do my recaps and we can come in at the beginning of stream. We do a little bit of just chatting. We talk about stuff at the beginning of every stream, and that way we can bring all these communities together. And then you have like your little daily show to watch, right? We're going old school, yeah. Because I used to do that, but I stopped doing it because I got so sick and tired of just seeing drama. And it was like cringe, lame, and like stuff that got too real. I don't want to go on the internet and I don't want to go watch someone and just always deal with freaking brain poison. Okay? I don't want to deal with bullshit, right? A lot of people go and watch streams because they want to take their mind off of things. They want to have some fun. Maybe they do want to learn something, right? You can learn something and you can have discussions and that can be fun, right? It can be fun to have discussions. But whenever it's just like every other day, this guy's suing this guy and this, and it's funny, I just did this thing about suing people from Blizzard, but it's different. They're companies, right? So it's like a different thing. But like when it turned into like streamer shit and everybody's just like hurling just crazy accusations of this and that, I'm like, I can't even do this anymore. Like this is obnoxious to me, right? It's obnoxious. So, yeah. You should just push the Twitter community. Everyone's using like Reddit now. Yeah, we have the Twitter community too. That's true, actually. I should be pushing the Twitter community more. But yeah, you're a Cowboys fan. You should be used to the drama. Well, there's good drama and there's bad drama. Like we used to have like good dramas all the time, and I'd be like, I would make fun of every like the stuff that like was kind of inconsequential and didn't really matter, and it just happened. Boom, you moved on, right? Talking about like private server stuff, like how many dumb random things would happen on a private server? It would happen, dumb, move on, right? And it was just funny, right? Somebody would do something, like somebody did something at a world boss, right? Yeah. So yeah, but I'm going to start doing this and having that sort of consistency going live. Bonnie, I'm going to, give me a second here. Bonnie, I'm going to message you on Discord if you're still here. Bonnie said, check your phone. Hey, check Discord. Do you guys want to play a game with Bonnie later? Here's my plan for today. Lacey, Adapt, Ludwig, Sketch, Jinxie. You know what's so nice? I gotta say this. You know what's so nice? A lot of like the old school streamers were not sports guys. I really like that some of the newer guys, the younger guys that are new, are sports guys. Because there's not a whole lot, like there's like me, Will, Ludwig. There's like a few sports guys from like my generation. But like, there's not a whole lot. Tim, yeah. Let's see. Thanks for the reminder to pay for the internet. We might. Bonnie and I were talking about playing Peak. Okay. I'm gonna find out when this fantasy football draft is. Let's see. Yeah, do you guys know when this draft is? Sorry, I'm looking at chat again. Do you guys know when this fantasy football draft is? Does anybody have any idea? New map and Peak is cool. I mean, hot. Oh frick, is there lava? I thought as a Cowboys fan you have trashed your Micah Parsons jersey by now. Dude, I just got it for this season. Do you like it? It's man, why are you not at the neighbor's baby shower? I don't take showers. I have literally no idea what you're talking about. I don't have neighbors. Maybe we can play Peak for a bit before fantasy football. But I want to start a new Madden franchise. I want to start a new Madden franchise today, and I think we're gonna do like maybe Mondays and Thursdays for Madden college football during football season. Wait, ESPN, you need to make a My Disney account. The hell is a My Disney account? Yeah, on stream. Oh, actually, yeah. If you want to send it, Jaeger, I would appreciate that. Yeah, feel free. That'd be sick. The mouse. What was the discount on that jersey? It was they had a 50% off deal off everything in the store. If you could do buy one, get one 50% off. And then this was an additional 75% off, I think. I'm like, dude, I went to the Cowboys Pro Shop and they've already phoned in the season and they haven't played a game yet. Yeah, they haven't even played a game yet. All right, somebody linked this earlier. Let's watch this. Let's see. Mississippi Southern head coach Charles Huff on what went wrong against MSU. They spent, okay, hold on.
Dollars on O. I mean, they spent $15 million on O-line, D-line. And second half, they should get an investment on their return, a return on their investment. We're built pretty good, but we're not built for that league. And what the plan, obviously, we knew that's what they try to do. They try to wear you down. That's what happens.
Dude, this is a real problem.
We wanted to get to a point where they were forced to throw it a little more. If you can get ahead in some of those opportunities.
This is a real
half,
problem in college football right now, where it's turned into freaking money ball.
Because now they have a little bit more pressure to kind of throw the ball. I thought Blake did a really good job of taking what the defense gave him.
It's kind of it's doing a lot of damage to like the mid-level of college football.
Game or second play of the game, early to touchdown. Other than that, we were keeping it in front of us. Missed some tackles, part of it, right? So now all of a sudden you throw a 6-yard hitch, we miss a tackle, it's 8. Well, it's 2nd and 2, so now you can run it. So all things that are correctable. I did see some second half where all of a sudden now they start leaning on you.
Yo, what's up, Psycho Zone?
All of a sudden what was getting knocked back or getting met at the line.
What's up, Megs?
We weren't able to consistently
Thank you for the raid. Yo.
That's something we got to continue to work on, continue to bring more guys along so we can rotate some guys. But yeah, I mean, in that league, they wear you down, and you got to get out in front of them a little bit to kind of, negate that.
UT game with Manning looked really bad. Yeah, but dude, it's the beginning of the season, man. A lot of people talk about this and they say, look, they're talking about how Arch Manning sucks. Oh, look, he's getting owned. I mean, they lost by 1 touchdown. They lost by 1 touchdown, didn't they? Wasn't it Texas versus Ohio State? That's it. Now I know he didn't play well. I didn't get to watch the game. He didn't play great. I understand that. 17 for 30, 170 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But you're talking about the best defense in college football. And this was a defensive football game, and it is the first game of the season. With all that being said, it's okay. I mean, hell, Ohio State only had 200 total yards. If anything, Texas outperformed them big time offensively. But Ohio State won the game. Now, I get it. Arch Manning is like football royalty. He's the next one. Oh, this guy's going to be the big guy because he's like Peyton and Eli, except more athletic and all whatever, right? Resetting Arch Manning's expectation at Texan 20 after Steve Sarkisian says the hype was out of control. How the third-year sophomore quarterback can bounce back this season. I mean, people are saying he's planning on being in the NFL, in college for at least another 2 years. At least another this season and next season is what I meant. Because that's what everybody has been saying. Yeah, Megs, I hope you're doing good, by the way. I was just talking about Classic WoW stuff earlier. Yeah, if you're still here. Yeah, I was just talking about Classic WoW stuff earlier. And yeah, I was just freaking on it.
One understand the sports air.
Did you see this? Let me see. Click. Arch Manning and the Manning family. It took me a second to yeah. This is Jeb Bush. Yeah, it took me a second. Guys, it's one game, man. It's one game, okay? It's one game. I thought he's a redshirt sophomore. Yeah, but they said he's going to stay at least 4 years. Please clap.
Anyone who says that Arch sucks based off one game alone is just a hater, and their opinions can be safely disregarded. That said, on the real, some of Arch's throws yesterday were some of the poopiest dog shit I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah. The closed beta roster. This is the final beta roster. Project that had years of learning the system. He was worse than it should have been. I mean, it's the first game of the season, you know. Here's the thing. I don't think he's like some kind of prodigy, right? I think people are overhyping him big time. Like the guy who started over him last season was a 7th round pick. He's getting overhyped big time because of his last name. You know, and because Peyton and Eli are his uncles. One commentator said Manning had more commercials than completions. That's funny. Okay, 2XKO. 2XKO comes out September 9th. 2XKO, new fighting game from Riot. You know, I'm a big Riot guy. We like our friends at Riot. 2XKO looks sick. They've been super cool, like providing us with like a bunch of stuff, and we've gotten to see previews of it over the years. So that's finally going into closed beta September 9th. And then it's gonna be like a slow rolled beta into a release. It's kind of what their plan is. I think 2XKO's biggest problem right now is they need to flesh this roster out. They recently announced Vi, they recently announced Blitzcrank, but like they had Darius, Ari, Echo, Yasuo, Alawi, and Braum, and then they kind of didn't have anything for a while, and they had Jinx, Vi, and Blitzcrank all kind of announced pretty quickly one after another. Yeah. So I hope that you have this massive roster of champions to choose from, and I think they really gotta crank it up. I hope they don't add Teemo. I forgot. I was a Cowboys fan. Yeah. Yeah. Also on September 9th. Who knows what else is coming out September 9th, by the way.
Turnstile Cyan and Stream Stone.
NCS, thank you for the 23 months. Josh Reichel, thank you for the 45 months. Yep. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 DLC, Legacy of the Forge. 9-9. Okay. Yeah, 9-9 Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 Legacy of the Forge. And I'm not speaking German because it's a yes. We love Kingdom Come. Okay. We're big fans of Kingdom Come Deliverance here. Then we have NHL 26. I want to do NHL 26 if we can. Let's see. Is there anything else? Silent Hill F is on 9/25. Man, I wonder if we kick off October Spookies with Silent Hill F. Maybe we start early. EA Sports FC. Maybe I go do Silent Hill F after we'll do this for we'll do one NHL franchise. For the first time, I've never done NHL. We do an NHL franchise, and then we go back and we do a FIFA for a week. And then we go into October scary games, and we start off with a Silent Hill F. How does that sound? Why not NBA? Because 2K blows. Right? Everybody says 2K's franchise mode sucks. Wait, is 2K26, did they fix the franchise mode? $2K has the best franchise? Really? Everyone says that the 2K's franchise sucks.
What about the tailgate tour, Sag?
Tailgate will be. I'm trying to figure it out still. We might do a tailgate this weekend, but I'll announce it whenever we get there. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know you, boy. I don't know. Don't care. Go to a Texas State game. Well, this weekend, Texas State and UT San Antonio play. Yeah, I was going to say, I was about to say this. They're actually just all obsessed with each other, okay? It does not matter. Just let them, just let it rip, okay? Come to Louisville? Now, man, if I could get access at UT San Antonio, that'd be sick. But I don't know, I didn't work with Jeff Traylor. Yeah, I didn't work with Jeff Traylor. Iowa versus Iowa State and Ames. Ooh, do we go back to an Iowa State? That was the first tailgate we ever did. No, that wasn't the first one. Sorry. That was the one of the first. That was the first season. Sorry. The first one we did was with Will at UCLA. Texas high school football legend Jeff Traylor. That's right. Yeah, Jeff Traylor was a tight ends coach at SMU for 1 year after I left, so I didn't know him. Yeah. Dude, SMU's home schedule bangs this year. Look at this. SMU football schedule. SMU's home schedule is so good this year. It's a lot of big time games. So you had your warm up against East Texas A&M, okay? But then after that, you had you have Baylor. Then you have Syracuse. Sorry. Then you have Stanford. Then you go to Clemson. Then you have Miami. So this is their home schedule. They got Baylor, Syracuse, Stanford, Miami, Louisville. That's a good home schedule. That's a fun home schedule. Yeah. Lot of good games. And now they travel to Boston College. They travel to Cal Thanksgiving weekend. They travel to Clemson. I think that's TwitchCon weekend. Damn, dude, I would have loved to go to that game. Oh man, I would have loved to go to the Clemson SMU game. But that's TwitchCon weekend. Other side of the country. School with great tradition on your bucket list that you want to visit? Probably Michigan and Ohio State, both of them, 50-50. BC's going to be better this year. BC's going to be good. Wake Forest at TCU. I wish if this was at Baylor, I would have gone to this game this weekend. If this was SMU at Baylor, I would have gone to this game. Yeah. Screw TwitchCon, been there, done that? No, dude. TwitchCon's always one of my best streams of the year is always TwitchCon, dude. People love my dude. I've like it's kind of sick. I feel like I've earned the reputation of like when TwitchCon, when a big like convention like that happens, it's like everybody's like Esfand's there. Esfand's convention guy, Esfand's there. So like everybody checks out the stream, and I always have like, we got the quality, we got the sound. Dude, I saw the clips. I saw the clips of Speed's USA tour, and I'm like, man, they were having trouble with their audio, and I'm like, dude, these guys have no idea. We spent years crafting our audio. Okay, me and East. We spent years just freaking the amount of money and research and everything that goes into it. Yeah. Are you going to do a race and religion tier list today? No, not today. I think we'll do that next time probably. And then, but you know what? We are going to start. We're going to start something new today. a new franchise for a new team. Is this going to work? Why does it say throttled for my Spotify? Chat. Time to open the tables. Time to open the tables. Time to open the tables, chat. Because we're starting a new team. A team that we are going to try and do the impossible with. It's time for us to do the impossible, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, actually, we need to do this first. Hold. I'm gonna restart the YouTube stream. So we can kind of categorize the content. YouTube, Instagram, Discord, Reddit, Twitch, Twitter, Kick, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, everything at Reddit, everything EsfandTV, TikTok. Everything is EsfandTV.